Cracked out the red rock. Oh, uh, police reported ahead. Double demerit points. Waze has let us know that there is a mobile police camera off to our left just here, which I've acknowledged. I mean, they've got plenty of signs. They've literally got 3 signs. Before, on top of, and after. You can't miss that. If you get done by that speed camera, you're a moron. But what they can tend to do is people hit their brakes as they pass speed cameras like that. Sitting on 110 or 100 if you've got a Caravan. I wonder if it would understand the difference. So there's a good question. So, for instance, there's a mobile speed camera. It's going to identify anyone speeding, which will be a percentage over 110. Yet we've got a Caravan in tow. I don't know how it's going to pick up. If we were doing 110, it wouldn't take a photo of us because we're not going over the speed limit. Although we would be because we've got a Caravan. So there's a good question. How would it? I don't know that AI is that good that it's going to go, oh yeah, their load is over 4.5 tonne. They're doing 108 kilometres an hour, 2 kilometres lower than the actual posted speed, but 8 kilometres over a tow speed for a Caravan. Click. And then I reckon, as I look up ahead, I'm not so sure, but there's a digital sign coming up ahead, and there's black boxes on the top. And in Queensland, that would be cameras that take photos of you if you've got your phone in your hand or on your lap. So I wonder if that's the same here. As we come up to this digital sign, the black boxes sitting on top are definitely like cameras. As I give them a thumbs up, because you know what? I'm a friendly guy. Oh, phone and seatbelt camera. There you go. There was a sign just afterwards saying pretty much what I suspected, that they also pick if you got your seatbelt on or not. That Caravan's still there. It says Sun's Forest. I think so. Oh, I wasted. The Illawarra Highway, so that will head to basically Wollongong if you want to take that route instead of driving into the city and then going south. I don't know where you're in the city. Oh no, we're going to be going on the M7, M2. But I'm just saying this next exit, if you were going to Wollongong, that's the way you'd go to the Illawarra. Bradman Museum. So yeah, Barrel, the next exit. Barrel's beautiful. A lot of the rich folk of Sydney like to have their holiday houses in Barrel. I'm trying to think, I wasn't there too long ago. Definitely going to be coming back down this way. So I'm keen to see what connectivity is like between Sydney and Barrel, because there's a couple of guys I know in Barrel, and hopefully getting them on the channel. Uh, we're definitely not towing a caravan down Macquarie Pass. Macquarie Pass is for sports cars and motorcycles. Kangaroo Valley. There's a pie shop up there, isn't there? I remember stopping there a couple of years ago on Thunderbolt Run. Sydney's not far away now. Don't think they'll need to pick that up though. Is that all right? Yeah, me. I can't hear you. I have no idea. I haven't even watched it back yet. How can you feel that wind? Yeah. Actually, I'm on the way. It's a bit of tailgate, isn't it? Trying to log into my footy tips. I have no idea how I've gone this weekend because I was locked out. 3 from 5 so far. It's like Brisbane had a win and the Dolphins had a win. That's a good thing. But I lost on the first game, which is terrible. Oh, of course, Brisbane won. They were playing the Titans. Oh, that's a cherry pick. Oh well, I'm back in now, so that's a good sign. Might do a Jesse. Can't think of the word. Something that you suggested, a Jesse suggestion. See if I can make this live stream appear on my Facebook. Sorry. You haven't needed to use it. This isn't the big bridge yet, though. See what happens. Hope you get it done. Yeah, just chuck the link up there. Lost my cursor. Somewhere on the computer screen, there it is. Oh, I forgot to plug my power back in. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so might feel a bit heater. So again, yeah, I know, right? Narrow bridge. Oh, it narrowed. Due into your place at like 10 o'clock tonight. Epic, epic drive, man. Epic weekend. Worth doing. Great caravan. Like, hope it don't take too long before you take it out for a test bin. Take it out pretty quick. Yeah, yeah. Hope so. Not too far, dude. Like Boogerang or something like that. That's not far from yours. It is. Oh yeah. Put a boat trailer on the back of the caravan. They end up being a mini road train. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not a thing. Putting a trailer on a trailer. But does the other vehicle have a tow bar? The boat's not heavy. Mate, a Yaris could tow the boat trailer. Yeah, yeah. Is how light's the Thundercat without an engine, without a motor on it? No, light. As in, can you lift it? Can a couple of guys lift it up on top? Yeah, and then you could put the outboard somewhere. I haven't really looked at it. Like, I'll have a look at it when we get flexibles. Have a like an actual look at it. Yeah, nice. The Big Daddy Navara. Triton. Triton. Queenslander. I think we're getting close to the big bridge and the slow vehicle lane. Speaking of slow vehicles, better go on. Yeah. SRT. Stream status. Oh, it's buffering. Don't miss the big hill. That suck. Excuse me. Yep. Yep. See if the Kia, who is a bit of a slow vehicle, uses it as well. Yep. Yep. Getting ready for the hill. The hill, the bridge. Yep, so you might feel some wind here. And then does it look like the lane runs out halfway up the hill? That's no, seriously, that's stupid. It looks like it does. Who does that? That is stupid. Who does that? As in New South Wales government, who does that? So you got a slow vehicle lane to go down the hill, but not to go up the hill. Stupid. Is that a cop in the middle of the road? Is that a motorcycle cop? Check him out. Two motorcycle cops in the middle of the road with radar guns. You sneaky bastards. Oh, still there. Yep. Waze even said it. Yep. Oh, we only had to go back to fourth gear, Jesse, not third, so not bad.
That wasn't much of a thing.
No, well, didn't end up
Some
being.
of the other ones were good. Well, we have had it off the third.
Yeah. Just if you didn't hear me, there was two motorcycle coppers sitting in the bushes, down low. You could barely even see them, with radar guns ready to ride out and pin people for speeding. So now that's revenue raising because it's at the bottom, well, starting to come up a hill. Can you get around these guys? This young, slow car. What we're doing, freaking. Oh, so again, here we go. P plater can only do a max of 100 k's an hour. She's sitting on like 85. No, the camera. To be honest, Maxi, the camera view doesn't give anything justice. Like it's good for recording and everything like that, but like vehicles seem further away than what they really are. Vehicles look like they're traveling slower than they really are. The wind's quite a high wind up here. And yeah, the inclines don't look anything like they really are. So yeah, how's the wind here? I'll see what altitude we are here up in the range. Feels like 3 degrees. That's actually warm. So about we're about 1800 feet, so 1,800 feet above sea level. There you go, 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet above sea level. So put it this way, we are currently sitting higher now than Mount Tipragargan. Like if we're higher than the Glasshouse Mountains. I think Mount Beerwah is like around the 550 meters, 550 meters. We're about 630. Interesting facts. Henry's joined us. G'day, Henry. Glad to have you on board, mate. It is cold here, mate. It's we've experienced minus degrees. So it's 4 degrees, 5 degrees, 6 degrees. Feels like -5. Definitely felt like 0 this morning. Henry, you've only just had your learners for a little while. I don't think you've driven this far down into New South Wales. Down to we're currently just near Mittagong, near Barrel, driving towards Sydney. Look at that. You asked me the question and I've already delivered. He said earlier, it might get a bit glitchy between Mittagong and Sydney just with the amount of hills and mountains, the mountain ranges. Which coast, Henry? Like the North Coast, Central Coast, Northern Beaches, South Coast? New South Wales has a fair bit of coastline. Geez, that's so close. Literally, the Honda literally cuts in front of us with like one car space between us. That was a bit close, Jesse. Jesse's just shaking his head. We're towing a caravan. We weigh 6 tons plus, and the moron in the Honda gives us no room. Now, maybe he felt obliged or intimidated to move across early because of the yellow Commodore Ute. But that's no excuse. Don't do that in front of a truck driver. Don't do it in front of any driver. Oh, the Gold Coast. Yeah, but Henry, didn't you say you went to New South Wales? So when you say Gold Coast, you mean like Tweed Heads? You went to northern New South Wales, didn't you? To do some learner driver training in New South Wales? I think I remember you saying you were curious about the learner driving rules and the speed that, and whether you drive to the state's laws or the license, the state that you're driving in, or the license that you own, the state that you own the license in. I think we talked about that last week, saying that you're required to drive to the road rules of the state that you're driving in, not the state that the license is granted. Okay. Fair enough then. Well, one day, Henry, one day you need to make your way south of the border for sure. So the question today is, are New South Wales drivers better or worse than Queensland drivers? To be honest, we didn't spend too long in Victoria last night. Just maybe all up, maybe two hours of driving on Victorian roads. There was hardly any traffic. Well, if you do cross the border on your L's, Henry, just make sure you abide by New South Wales road rules for learner, as in you'll only be allowed to do a maximum of 90 kilometres an hour. Then you get your P's, red P's. Then obviously your green P's, and you obviously get move up. Okay. Henry, don't be too harsh on the Queensland drivers, mate. We've been looking around for any snow on, but the sun's been out here for quite some time. There's been no rain, so there's been no sign of snow between, say, Murulin and Bargo. How's that caravan going? Jesse's very happy with his purchase. Had his first night sleeping in the caravan. Uh, it was an honour to share a bunk with you. No. He had the master bed, and I had the kiddie bunk up the other end, up the back. Definitely good. It's good for people up to 6 foot tall. Any taller than that, you definitely don't. So I think I met one of the kids. I met both of the kids last night from the family that sold the caravan, and yeah, the oldest one's 20 years old and has definitely outgrown the bunk bed. It doesn't fit, and I don't think there's many 20-year-olds that want to share a master bed with their parents. Nah, we're good, Maxie. I reckon we've got dry weather all the way back to Brisbane for the rest of today. um, we'll see. I've definitely been in phantom traffic jams in Sydney and around New South Wales too, Henry. So that's not just a Queensland thing, that's for sure. It's all over the world, to be honest. I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you can go on YouTube, there was this driving test done where they had like 20 cars in a circle, and all the cars had like a couple, like a car space or two between them, and that all the drivers, everyone was like on radios, and they were instructed to start driving and drive up to 10 kilometers an hour, ready, set, go, and they all start driving, and they all start nice and even, but after a very short amount of time, they all start to stop start, um, and it's yeah, basically uh, a test of how easy it is to start a phantom traffic jam. And then it's put down as like human error, like human nature. But I disagree because I think if you were to get a 20 F1 drivers and ask them to do the same thing, I bet you they could drive around in a circle precisely, one car space behind each other, and not cause a phantom traffic jam. So I don't think it's human nature or human error. I think it's stupid human error. I think it's stupid humans. It's an error amongst stupid humans. I do like the new Prado. Um, yeah, so I don't think it's human error. Otherwise, it would happen to all humans. But I think it just happens to stupid humans. So that's what I'm coining the term stupid human error as we approach Pheasant's Nest. Henry, we're going to take so before you get to Liverpool, the Hume Highway breaks off to the M7, and then we'll go M7 up past, say, Eastern Creek. You can see the Eastern Creek race circuit from the M7 near the what's it called, Light Horse Interchange. We'll and then make our way up to the M2, and then there's a tunnel. Is it North Connects Tunnel? As we got plenty of room to get out before this truck needs to merge. Perfect timing. So you could say we're bypassing around the M7, M2, North Connects, and then up onto the Pacific Highway. Oh yeah. That's right. Oh, that was on last night. So Max drives this section of road quite often to go to Barrel because there's the Highlands FM radio station, and last weekend he was like on air, live on air. So with Was Radio. So yeah, he has a radio show. I think 7 p.m. Saturday nights. So I listened to it last week, but we were driving until midnight last night, and I'd actually forgotten to put it on. We were listening to a mixture of Jesse's music and my music because I'm addicted to Daft Punk at the moment. So listen to all of their good tracks. Thank you, Max, for letting us know that there's roadworks on the M7 and that the traffic will be poo icon, poo emoji. How are you? Sorry, that was a stupid time to ask. Jesse's just putting some, is that Lucas pawpaw oil? Pawpaw, yeah, on his lips. Just to not get chape licks. And I'm literally asking him, oh, how you feeling, mate? Stupid. Yeah, well, but crap timing. I guess my question is for the reason we stopped at Yass. How you doing? Having withdrawals? You think he might need some more caffeine. Is that another cop car tucked up there on the other side, or is it just a car? Oh, there's a truck on this side. Yeah, yeah. So, yep, across here. Just be wary. Feel it a bit here. Yep, pheasant's nest. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Some good rock climbing in there. Yeah. Hopefully there's a clear run all the way to Brizzy, Henry. We're hoping. But I mean the weather's definitely fined up. Stream status is poor at the moment, so if the voice is a bit glitchy, there's heaps of cars coming in from the on ramp. Let's see how well they merge. Go Forrester. Nice. There's a racetrack. We're getting close to a new racetrack at London Park. I've never been there. I don't exactly know where it is. I just know it's not far from Campbelltown. I know the Mighty Carbon got. They're widening the M7 plus adding a major interchange with the M12 out to Western Sydney I. Maxie already passed the Pheasant's Nest service centre. Another high wind bridge coming up. We're good. The stream is excellent again. So it's quite patchy, but shouldn't be too bad, kind of, as we get closer to Campbelltown. Up the Northern Road to get to Ludlam Racetrack. Okay. I haven't been up the Northern Road for years and years. I think next time I come down to Sydney, I think I should take some time. Like, obviously, come do a stream, but actually stay down here for, I don't know, a good 4 or 5 days and go visit some sites I haven't seen for a while. Bring the Lexus down, I tell ya. with its live stream setup, then I might even look at doing a live stream around, say, Sydney Motorsport Park, do a track day or something. That would be sick. Definitely need to get the ambient microphone sorted out for the sound of the car for that one. For sure. Yeah, I reckon, Maxi, the stream from now should be good until Newcastle, to be honest. Again, and then it just depends on the battery that I'm running this from. So next time we pull over for a pit stop and a refuel. So have we done 113k since we refueled last? Is that, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not too bad. That's getting closer to 400k's a tank. Oh, there goes farm truck again. I definitely think, Jesse, that having the reverse camera mounted to the right-hand side of the vehicle, looking back up the Caravan, like you were saying, would be awesome. Yeah. Oh no, your camera on the Caravan out the back. Oh, it'd be awesome if I could patch into that.
Oh,
That would be sick. I mean, that's not impossible to do. That's just a matter of like just splicing in a few wires and having it hooked to a USB. Like, oh, that's pretty. Is that similar to yours?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. 80 zone roadworks. I think that's Mount Annan in front of us. I think we're getting close. And before you say it, Maxie, I've actually got friends that live at Mount Annan. We're that close. Oh, actually, maybe we're not that close yet. Maybe it's more. Is it Menangle? It's definitely starting to get into some of the outer suburbia of Sydney. Last year, so I travelled down in my rare Subaru to attend that. So we have a little vehicle stopped on the side of the road. What is it? It's a bug. Volkswagen Beetle. Connection's poor now, so it might buffer a bit. Yeah, little glitchy. It's probably being in this valley. I know this hill. There's been, yeah, I remember this hill. All right, wow. I remember this hill with the signs, and now, wow, it's turning into a housing development. That's progress. Um, Truck was a bit close, but also when truckers drive amongst other truckers, they know lane in front. Usually, the trucker that just gets overtaken will flash their lights to let the truck that's just overtaken. They can come in. That's a thing. I think. Well, I'm not a caravaner. Jesse's only become a new caravaner overnight, so caravanners would do something similar to trucks, give them a bit of a flash. Spring Creek or Spring Farm Parkway. That's a nice new bridge up there. So yeah, that's the first bridge we've just come under. Glenlee Road, and then I think Menangle Road will be the next one. It's been a while. Oh, cow. Yes, we have a cow van. Here you go, cow. There's the caravan. Looks like my rear camera's right. Oh, my rear camera's turned itself off. Why is that? We've lost the rear camera. Lucky it's the rear camera, not the front camera. Good to have you. Good to have you here, cow. We have seen a crap load of cows on our journey. Most of them have been stuck in the back of cattle trucks. Lots of cattle trucks in out west along the Newell Highway in northern Victoria. Rellan Road. Tell you one thing I miss, Max, is Oran Park Race Circuit. I was fortunate enough to race both cars and motorcycles out there back in the day. Um, yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame they got turned into a housing development. I sound quiet. Yeah, I'm not actually trying to talk too loud, and I'm using the laptop microphone. I don't have a headset on this trip, so maybe a little quiet. Oh, so many bumps. This road's crap. As we get a lot of traffic coming in from Narellan Road, so it's an added lane, so we shouldn't have to back off because they've got their own lane, but they are following a learner, maybe. That's an L plate up there. But yeah, they've got their own lane. We got 3 lanes from now on. So we'll find an appropriate time to pull into the left lane. I don't think they're a learner. They're just they're a P plater. Have a look at that. You can barely even see that P plate sitting in behind the number plate. There we go. Be careful, there's a vehicle pulling out up here, Jesse. Look, oh, I think they'll be good by the time you get there, so. And we have a camera here. This is a seatbelt and mobile phone camera looking down onto the laps of people. I've got a laptop on my lap and a phone on my lap. There's our bug. They got back on the road. Cal, you got no clue where this is? This is southwest Sydney heading towards Campbelltown. So Campbelltown is off to our right. As we approach the southwest suburbs of Sydney towards Liverpool. It's not slow. We'll be going past suburbs like Ingleburn, Minto, or if you're from the area, you'd call it Minno. Um, Sula. Yeah, there's a few potholes, Henry. Yeah, no, and I totally agree. That big solid line. There was a car that did cross that line. They're not supposed to, but they did. Yeah, as we get closer to the M7 turn off of the Hume Highway, yeah, get some extra lanes. Just basically sit in the left-hand lane for the next, I don't know, way to Brisbane. Was motorway. That's funny. Potholes and patched potholes. So we got a bit of a wiggle in the caravan then, but see that with the my back camera shut down. It's just frozen on this view. So 4 lanes. There you go. Clear left. Well, whatever you need to do. Campbelltown Road coming up. Oh, go the MX, the NA MX5. NA? Yeah, that's nice. How tiny are they? there's a road up here further, I'll show you. Yeah, there's an overpass coming up near Ingleburn. One night back when we were in posted here to Moorebank, my mate Chad, he's not with us anymore, but he I don't know, he was struggling. He was struggling a little bit. I was in the car with him. He had a 5 litre V8, 5 speed manual VP Commodore Ute, and we were like 19 years old, and he's come across the bridge. I was in the passenger seat. He's come across the bridge doing like 160 k's an hour, and at the end of the bridge, it's a sharp right hand turn to come down on the on ramp. There's no going straight. It's literally just guardrail. And when we've hit the bridge, and I've looked at him, and he just had this 1,000-yard stare in his eyes, and I was just like, Chad, and I snapped him out of his wherever his brain was, and he's downshifted from fifth to third, hit the brakes, and we must have slammed into the guardrail about 100 k's an hour. I bounced off this bloody dashboard. I believe it's this bridge here. So it comes up from the Ingleburn industrial area. There's no on-ramp to it. It literally just has a over 90 degrees, like a 100-degree right-hand turn. And then, so it goes up there and then literally just right-hand turn and then comes down onto the bridge. Yeah. He rode the front end of his car off that night. It wasn't actually that bad. I think, like, he got it repaired. Like, it was in the panel beaters for a while. But, yeah. He was not, yeah, he was not in a happy place that night. But, and I don't know if he'd been suffering depression for all of that time, but he, yeah, we lost him to suicide about 10 years ago now. So he was such a likable guy too. Like he was like friends with everyone. Like he was friends with the cool people. He was friends with like the nerds and the geeks and the like. Just was able to be friends with everyone. All right. So the second exit is the M7. So we'll take that. Yeah, Maxi, Campbelltown. Well, we're passing Campbelltown. Yes, I think you just realised when you retracted your comment about Campbelltown. Done there. Great pastry shop. Minnow Mama's Polynesian Soul Food. Well, if you're going to have a title like that, sounds amazing. Mobile phone camera. Yeah, Henry. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, how that's a good segue, and how appropriate that I was talking about Chad right now when it's Men's Mental Health Month. And I think it's actually getting close to Men's Mental Health Week too, like the 1 week within the month. We definitely need to speak up about it for sure. And I've been doing that for years. I'm definitely not ashamed to talk about my mental health and the fact that I've had to call Beyond Blue in the past. That's helped me out. Now, I'm fortunate to be able to do Thunderbolt Run, the main event every year, which raises money for Beyond Blue. As we now take the M7, so if you go off around to the right, stay on the Hume Highway for a bit, you'll end up on the M5 heading towards the airport and Sheps Mound. But we're going to skirt the western suburbs. So yeah, we're officially now in Sydney. Welcome to Sydney, Jesse. It's taken a while to get here. Yeah, mate, but we expected to be paying a few tolls on this trip, mate. Jesse wasn't ignorant of that fact. But I think one of the most important things is the first time driving a caravan and driving about 3,500 kilometers down to like through 3 states to pick up a caravan and drive it for the first time. You want to be driving on some of the best roads possible. And I think we agreed that coming out to the Hume Highway and then up M7, M2 Pacific Highway, where it's pretty much dual lanes the whole way, was going to be, at minimum dual lanes, was going to be the best option. Especially on a double demerit points weekend in New South Wales. Here's a question. Cow Pasture Road, corner of Cow Pasture Road and Great Western Highway, there used to be a theme park. What was it called and who went there? Did anyone actually go there? I reckon Max will be straight onto this one. Camera's frozen. Oh, my front camera's gone now too. Am I still on? Yeah, fair enough, Max. We have been in Sydney since that first interchange. I've lost both my cameras. I don't know why. Can I turn it back on? Oh, so bumpy. No. Oh, okay. We're going to pull over for a break and check the cameras. This one might come back on, but depends if it's might be a battery issue in the cameras. I don't know if they recharge as fast as they discharge. Let me go front camera, deactivate, activate. There we go. How's that? Oh, 5x5 on audio, but camera's frozen. Oh, well, I should have just got the front camera going again, but I think maybe the camera's needing a charge. So we'll see how long the front camera stays up for. I can't really reach around for the back camera. We're a little bit away from like a stopping point, if you know what I mean. Like we can take an exit, but then you got to get back on and pay the toll twice and stuff. No, we don't need to stop just yet. I'll just keep an eye on these cameras. Like at least the back camera should be charging at the moment while it's not on. So hopefully. All right, so 5x5 on the camera again. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it and see if it drops out again. Maybe it times out. What a beautiful day to be talking on the CB radio. Mate, I totally agree. It is a beautiful day to be talking to you on the CB radio. Sometimes it's better than just listening to FM radio. %. You got me. Definitely commercial radio. Got me. And that's the attitude that truck. It has been a shockingly windy day, especially coming up from the Southern Highlands. Sounds like you're going the other way. So you have a brilliant day. Oh, he has no idea he was live on YouTube. That was funny. And that's the attitude of the truckers we've spoken to on the UHF this weekend. They've been awesome. I'm stoked that Jesse had his Jesse's UHF didn't work ever since the tow guy, the guys that installed your towing system, blew your fuse. Yeah, so the guys that installed the brake controller had blown the fuse for Jesse's UHF, but we did find the fuse and we replaced it and got the UHF working before we left on Friday afternoon. So, which has been awesome because the few truckers we've chatted to have been super funny. So maybe the cameras time out after a while. Like, I think that's close to like 4 hours worth. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So they're plugged in, and both these USB ports provide power, so they're being charged at the same time as they're being used. But I'm not going to make a. Going to unstrap my seatbelt and then try and climb over the back seat to turn the other camera on. I wonder if I've got the app, Sony app. I think there's an app. I'm going to have to check that out when I get home. I think there's an app that I've got to use with these cameras that I can turn them on and off with the app. I know GoPro does. Right, so let me have a look back at the chat. Oh, there's a radar up there. Oh, is that? So I did ask before when the camera was going down. Look at this interchange. Holy crap. Yeah, there's some roadworks around here. So wait, this is Elizabeth Drive. So this is all roadworks for the new international airport, right? The new second airport. Yeah, crazy. Looking forward to using that airport, as most of the people that are on the channel at the moment are plane spotters. I reckon everyone's pretty keen to check it out. Yeah, it's a big excavator. Yeah, Henry. No stopping points unless you come off the motorway. Yeah, no, we're good at the moment, but we'll take a pit stop when we can. So yeah, the question was, and I don't know that anyone answered it. I'm looking back over the live chat, but corner of was it Cow Pasture Road and Great Western Highway used to be a theme park. What was it called? And is anyone on the channel listening at the moment ever go there? Diggers Live Australia. Cow. That's a capital D for Diggers. Yeah, I totally agree. Campbell Newman's got a lot to answer for of the Bowen Hills interchange. It is literally an ugly mess of concrete and bitumen. Campbell Newman should be ashamed of himself for that monstrosity. And now, with all the subsidence, it's very, all the joints in the road can be quite violent. What is that? Is that smoke? Might be some smoke off in the distance. Next pit stop is the twin servos. Whereabouts is that, Max? Is that before we get up onto the Pacific Highway? So Maxi, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, my camera's frozen. I think the battery might be going flat. I know I'm still here and we're still streaming, but I'll turn it on again. And then I have to go deactivate, activate. That should pop up again. Australia's Wonderland. They did Saturday night promotion called 5 After 5 and it was only $5. I know, I went there back in the 90s, Australia's Wonderland. Did you ever go, Max? Sounds like you did. That was pretty cool. The rickety old roller coaster, that timber roller coaster, crazy. I think I definitely remember the pirate ship. An M3, E63 M3, E46. My bad, E46 M3. Yeah, camera did go again. I reckon I have my thought process is that the cameras discharge quicker than they recharge through the USB. So if I'm doing like a couple of hour stream, but the other thing is too, I'm trying to remember if they did it on my way to Sydney to Wollongong last Saturday. I think they stayed on the like. Let's really explain it. Um, so you getting hot on your chest, like the sun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've asked him where the twin servos were. Roger. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder if there's another way I can make sure these cameras just don't run out of battery or turn off. Because that's weird. I'm pretty sure they didn't turn themselves off last week. Oh, that's a mad tow tow truck. Maxie went to a mate's birthday, and wow, I'm sorry, that shed is massive. That is huge. It's a big shed off to our right, just at the exit here, at the Light Horse interchange. So we're just going to take an exit and go do a pit stop. The Bunnings Distribution Centre is literally sitting where Australia Wonderland used to be. But on the eastern side was, yeah, massive shed being built.